that, and I think we're ready to go. Okay. All right. We're live. Sorry about that. Little technical snafu. Hey everyone. It's Tony D. Hi Ardent. Ardent's already in the chat. It's Tony D and Little Joan with another Hollywoke hot take. Someone reminded me that I never explain what this is. So it's Hollywoke hot take where we do it live. And we do the live version of Hollywoke hot take. We're going to look at the box office, and we're going to look at the trades and look at the movie industry and chart its ever decline, apparently, these days. Ardent is already chatting it up in the chat. He says, remember the fallen? And also, I made fusilli carbonaro today. Ooh, fusilli Jerry. Good for you. That sounds good. I had lots of good food today when I came home from Tom's River. Well, first, let me tell you quickly about my week. I did a few shows back in show mode. On Saturday, I did the 13th Child Brewery. There was a fall market. I did pretty good there, surprisingly good for such a short time. And I was reminded yet again that Williamstown has a terrible, terrible ancient secret to it. And I was like, oh, this is going to be a Pineys book. Next, and I'm not kidding around. You think I'm joking? That's 100% true. Today I did the Tom's River show at the Elks Lodge, and that was pretty good. I was hanging out with some of my comic book bros. And then tomorrow I'm at the Pine Shores Art Association. That's in Manahawkin at 3 p.m. for my talk on how to hunt the Jersey Devil. Oh. And then I came home. Oh, Ardent. Oh, did you see the trailer for Ripperverse put out The Horseman? Forget comics, they should invest in animation. Reminded me of a Saturday morning cartoon in the 80s. Oh, and hello. Did I see that one? I did see a video for The Horseman. I'm not sure if I saw the video that you're talking about, because they put out more than one, I think. But yeah, that looks decent. I mean, for a superhero thing, it looks totally serviceable. Again, it doesn't take much, right? It doesn't take much to create a new superhero. Okay, this is his name. He fights crime. I mean, he's got a different story, and you could go different places with it. What's so hard about that? And you got Chuck, I think Chuck Dixon works on that one, right? So he's doing it right. I've been saying this for years. Now, he hasn't done everything I would do, but he's doing a lot of things right. Oh, the jealous bees that go after the Ripperverse guys. They're kind of gross now. And Ethan Van Sciver, holy cow, what happened to him? What happened? And I kind of predicted it. I mean, look, if you're going to be Howard Stern, you kind of reap what you sow. Unless, Ardent, yep, Chuck Dixon, unless you pick and choose your targets. So in the beginning, with Howard anyway, it was fine that Howard went after some of these morning zoo DJs because he really exposed some of them. The guy who I thought was pretty funny in Philadelphia, I didn't realize he had stolen a lot of his bits, or not stolen, but used a bunch of bits that were already pre-recorded. Like, he didn't create them. I thought he did because I didn't go to other markets to listen to the morning zoo. I just listened to the one that was in my area, and that just happened to be in Philadelphia. And I was kind of shocked to learn, and I had to go to college to learn this. We started to do our own morning zoo, and then people bought these like sound effects records, and it turned out like half of the bits for the guy in Philly were on like one album, and I was like, oh my God, he didn't make those. Anybody could use these. And he, in my view, was a little dishonest about it because, you know, to me, it felt like he passed it off as his own. And he didn't really have a lot of original material. So when Howard went after those guys, and it was sort of like the Emperor had no clothes, or the local affiliate has no clothes, that felt okay. Even although Howard did take it a little too far, I guess, with him, but that's a long story. But in the end, Howard at that time truly was an original. So you could get behind a guy like that. Ethan Van Sciver, like, to me, initially felt like, oh, okay, he's calling out comic book weirdos and SJWs and whatnot. That felt right. That seemed to be a worthy target for people's ire. Then he starts going after indie guys, and I'm like, whoa, dude, should not have done that. And in the beginning, he kind of threw in with some of the Ripperverse guys. He did a cover for them, and then had this weird falling out, which I don't know why you would bother. I don't know why. And then he just sort of, I think, kind of turned into, live stream guy and started to farm drama. And even to the point at which he was posting memes about farming drama. And I was just like, I didn't start listening to you because of this. I started listening to you because, not for just any drama, but for you to make life hell for people who are hypocrites. Those are the people I want to see you target. The SJWs, oh yeah. Yeah, go after them. They made other people's life hell. This is just desserts. It's no justification, in my view, for him to go after, say, Yellow Flash. Yellow Flash didn't do anything. He was on our side. He was on Ethan's side. And then, whoa, what a falling out there. Not that they were super close. Ardent. Yeah, trying to cut down his competition when they really weren't, and drama farming is just a grift to me. Yeah, and now that grift is over. It's over for him, I think. And that was one of the short... I mean, look. Ethan Klein, Hassan Piker, those guys made millions of dollars. They took it to another level. I mean, Ethan Klein and Hassan Piker, they could go off the internet today and you'd never see them again, and they could live their lives of luxury until they died. Ethan Van Sciver didn't make that kind of money, I don't think. I mean, he made some decent money, but you got to be smart with it. I don't know what he was making on those live streams, man, but suddenly he seemed to turn away from comics, and at the exact wrong time. Had I been in his position, that would have been the perfect time to completely take over comics, just like the Ripperverse seems to be doing. Carter Chain is here. Hey, I'm back. Good to see you. Good to see you, Carter. Welcome. I'm here on the Minds site. I don't know if you guys ever use Minds. It's kind of like Facebook if it wasn't full of D-bags. So I post here all the time. There's not a huge amount of engagement, but it's kind of okay. I think it's kind of cool. So it's basically the same thing, only, I don't know. I like the interface better. Ardent says, hey, Carter. Ardent, only time I care about drama farming is it involves my friends or me directly. Yeah, like, I don't even care about me. Like, there were a couple of guys who kind of came at me right in the beginning, and I just sort of ignored them, and they disappeared. And even now, at my size, for my channel, like, I don't know what drama they're going to farm for me. I mean, the biggest drama on my channel was, because all my smart-ass comments regarding the election and my don't vote for Kamala Harris video, I think I lost 6 subscribers total. And then the other day, I got them all back, so I didn't care. Ardent, am I the only D-bag in Minds? LOL. No, there are a few. They're weird on Minds. Like, it kind of, for a while, it turned into Gab. And Gab, oh man, some spicy comments on Gab. But on Minds, like, that kind of stuff quickly sort of ran out of steam. Carter Chain, I've been a regional director for Trump campaign for the past 3 months, so I finally have the time to tune in. No way. Thank you for your service, Carter. Wow. Good for you. Can you tell us what region you were in charge of? Uh, LOL says Ardent. I'll happily farm drama for clicks. Congrats to the win on the win, Carter. Yeah, I mean, obviously you did a good job. Unless you work in Arizona, in which case, what the hell happened? No, I'm just kidding. They're trying to sort it out, but Ardent, I effing love Gab so much crazy. There's a lot of crazy on Gab. I don't really have much engagement on Gab. I have more engagement on Truth Social than I do on Gab. I don't really have any engagement here. I did kind of in the beginning, but there's like one guy who retweets me on Gab, and I try to remember to retweet him, but I'm like almost never on it. I just sort of post every day and go my merry way. But Truth is it's going to be interesting to see what happens to Truth Social now that the election is over, but we'll see. But I can tell you that the stock is doing okay. All the stock's doing okay. My tiny portfolio is doing nicely now. Thank you very much. Thank you, Trump. Thank you, Carter. Because it was a little rough for a few weeks there. Carter, I was in mid and southern Michigan, but all my efforts were still focused on Lansing and Detroit. I was actually on the election integrity team. Wow. Wow, you were doing God's work there. Well, good job, because he won Michigan, right? Yeah, he won Michigan, I think. Let's see an election map real quick. Map 2024. I believe he won Michigan. Yeah. Yeah, there it is. See, do we have Michigan just on? Let's see. Let's say Michigan election map. Truth Social took a big hit when Trump went back to Twitter. Did it? I don't know. Carter, I believe election cheating now because I've seen it firsthand. Let's see. It's Michigan. Okay. Yeah, look at you. Oh, you did a good job, Carter. Look at that. There's a lot of red on that map. Ardent, I don't doubt it, Carter. Yeah, you did a pretty good job. I mean, that's almost every county. But that's sort of the way it goes in every state, right? All the red counties are sparsely populated. All the people, or half the people are in those blue counties, I imagine, because that's Detroit. There's a bunch of people there. It's Wayne, 62% Kamala. Well, that one, 71% Kamala. Ardent, gotta get some dishes done. We'll be lurking for a bit. All right. But, yeah, good job, Carter. Good job. All right. Well, let's get into the box office. There ain't no help in the box office, I'm afraid. Not even you, Carter. Not even you could help this dismal, dismal box office. Wow. Carter, 2 of the 3 Lansing counties went red, so that's something. That's pretty good. Well, that definitely helped with the popular vote, and that's what everybody wanted to see as well, right? So we don't have to hear, because even let's see if I have this link still up. Where is it? Oh, did I get rid of it? Oh, shoot. Hold on, I'll show you this one. Scott Adams posted this. I had the link. What the hell happened to it? Nuts. Oh, there it is. So here's SNL. Cast members share a post-election message. And they first pretend to be very serious and talking about Trump, and then they pretend like they were always behind him. Like that's the joke. No, we were always behind you, Trump. Yeah, especially if you're making lists and stuff. So, and then Scott just posted, sad. Saturday Night Live is sad. Not edgy at all. Not MAGA at all. Very not MAGA. And they shouldn't have even bothered. I mean, who the hell else is going to see this other than their very, very lefty fans? I mean, out of all the media that, burned its audience with politics, Saturday Night Live is just so far from what it once was. Indie Phantom, how late am I? Not too late. We haven't started really the box office yet. This is the SNL skit where they talk about Trump. Scott Adams posted it. MAGA triumphant, says Indie Phantom. Good MAGA to you all. I forgot to say that. Good MAGA. That's my new catchphrase. Good MAGA. Good MAGA, everyone. Carter, is SNL going to go on a comedy strike now that Trump won? No, it looks like Indie Phantom, Saturday Night Dead. No, they're going to try to pretend like they've always sort of been in the center. That's the vibe I get. Like, hey guys, we're making fun of ourselves. Aren't we cool? Because that's what they do here. It's not actually a bad sketch, except noting that for the last, 8 years, they've been going at him and not very funnily. And now finally they're like, oh, maybe it's us. Not really. And it's a very sarcastic sketch. One that, really is only funny if you believe everything that you saw on MSNBC. So, yeah. I mean, watch it for yourselves. I can't play it on YouTube. What do you want, Joan? Come here. There you go. It wouldn't be bad in a more balanced Saturday Night Live world. Ardent, why would they try to stop being funny now? You mean why would they try to start being funny now? Yeah, I don't know. They're so far from funny. Like they're corporate funny, Like have you ever been to a corporate event where they hire a comedian, and it's all very safe kind of comedy, or a comedy show that it's okay to bring kids to. That's kind of like SNL with even more restrictions. Carter Chain at Ardent. The joke is they've been on a comedy strike for over a decade already. Yeah, I mean, there's no give and take on this show. They're all conformist. And that used to be very not liberal. It used to be very not liberal to be a conformist. They used to accuse people in the conservative movement, oh, you're a conformist. You're buttoned down Madison Avenue, dude. Your conformist attitude. You all think the same. We're free thinkers, man. Peace and love. Like that kind of stuff. Now that's all out the window. Now it's like, oh, well, you of course didn't vote for Trump, right? Like they're constantly checking on you, constantly threatening you, at least on Twitter. And now they think they can just come back. No. You can't betray your audience and then just come back like nothing happened. You could maybe betray your audience and apologize and say, listen, we're really sorry. We had no choice, which would be a lame excuse because, they did have a choice. Or they could say, we were contractually obligated not to do certain things. I mean, they could try to make up for it. I don't think they will, and I don't think it matters even if they try. Because they would have to go so hard the other way to convince anybody. Nobody at NBC is prepared for that. No one. This is about all you're going to get. And then they'll go right back into it, I think. They'll still lighten up on Trump a tad until the next crisis, until the next memo comes down. Ardent, at least Corn Pop is finally safe. Finally. I know. Oh, man, there's a video of Biden walking. I don't know if you saw it. Let me see if I can find it real quick. Holy cow, you got to see this. See, that sticks. Let's see. Biden walking on beach. If this is, nah, they don't have it. Oh man, hold on. And I can't put the filters on. United States, safe search. No, that's not what I want. God, the Brave browser. Sorry, the Brave browser is not great. Let me try Google. Okay. This might be it on C-SPAN. When did this drop? Nah, he's got a mask on. That's got to be from a while ago. Let me see. Yeah, here it is. Oh my God, wait till you see this. Look at him. He can barely walk. Oh my God. President of the United States, everybody. President of the United States. What's up with that? He is old. He is too old to be president. That's for damn sure. Oh, Indy Phantom, congratulate Carter Chain. He worked on the Trump campaign in Michigan. So, thank him for his service. All right. But again, the only thing worse than the Democrats this week is the box office. The box office is absolutely horrific. Number one, is this the third week? Yeah, third week is Venom. There's no way this movie should be the top movie for 3 weeks in a row. No way. But it's at 394 million, so it made its money. But it should not be doing that well. It underperformed the first week and continues to do gangbusters in China. Why do the Chinese love this character? I don't know. It has legs. It only dropped 37% this week. It didn't. I think it only dropped 49% last week. Or no, it dropped more here, but not there. I don't know. It was China. It's doing crazily good. See, it did 114 million here, but 279 overseas. And in China, it did 45 of that was in China. And there's probably more of that to come. Number 2, the best Christmas pageant ever from Lionsgate. I think this is the one with Danny DeVito in it. No. The best Christmas... I know I saw this one. No, I think that's another one. The best Christmas pageant ever. Oh, it was a remake. There was a 1983 version of this. Oh, it's Judy Greer in a wacky kids movie. Huh. I think I saw this. 6 of the worst youngsters disrupt the town's yearly Christmas performance. Maybe I didn't see this. I don't know. But Judy Greer, if you don't know, she was on Arrested Development. She played the hot secretary. And then she was on Archer. She does the voice of Cheryl. So she's pretty funny. And she put out a country album while she was on Archer. But this is a kid's movie. So, yeah, I mean, it's kind of wacky that it's the number 2 movie in America at 11.1 million. Oh, come on. There we go. 11.1 million. That is, I mean, that's not bad. Indie Phantom, things are pivoting in real time. A holiday movie opening at number 2. I know, but I don't think it's because of the movie. I think it's just because the box office is so dead. No one's going to the movie. And the few people that are said, well, I guess we'll go see this Christmas movie. That looks harmless. Um, you know, Judy Greer must be over the moon because this will get her into movies as the mom. She's at that age. She plays the mom. Um, yeah. And, good on me. I got 2 shares of Lionsgate, so maybe that'll finally help their friggin' stock price. Nothing can help Lionsgate's stock price, apparently. This is not financial advice. Indie Phantom, reading lots about the box office going more in this direction. Well, I said it would go very churchy very quickly. And it has to some extent. And Fathom Events, all that stuff's religious movies. And they've been doing pretty good. They just haven't been out long enough to make this kind of money. They just sort of pop up. Indie Phantom, either way, Hollywood suffers to my delay. Yeah. Number 3 is The Heretic. This is Hugh Grant at 11.01 million. So just under that. This could have been number 2. This is a horror movie about some weird guy. Some girls knock on his door and he ends up, kidnapping him and torturing him, basically. Indie Phantom, wasn't Judy Greer in the recent Halloweens? Oh, I don't know. Was she one of the characters? She could probably pass for Jamie Lee Curtis's sister or something. Or daughter, maybe. Every Sunday I do a live stream. Every Sunday I do a live stream. Every Sunday I do a live stream at 7. Every Sunday you call. Oh, goodness. Every Sunday. Indie Phantom, I don't quite get Fathom Events are not in Canada to my knowledge. Oh, okay. Here's my understanding. Fathom somehow bought space in theaters, for instance, like AMC. Like AMC is a theater chain in the United States. It's in pretty much every major market here. I don't think there's an area in the country AMC doesn't cover, because I've been to LA. They have AMCs. New York has AMCs. So maybe down south they don't have them, but I think AMC covers most of the country. And they have so many screens, and they are essentially all wired together in a massive network, computer network, which is how they do the movies now. They don't have to ship actual films anymore. Maybe they ship flash drives, I'm not sure. And so my understanding is they bought or they rented screen time. And so Fathom Events plays will sometimes do plays, right? So the network, sometimes they're live events too. So it's not always live, but sometimes it is. So a play, an opera, or some event like that will be an event in Fathom, and then it'll hit the movie screens that are connected in the network for Fathom, which I think is only AMC, but they might have made inroads in some of the others. And then on top of that, they've, I guess, rented more time on the screens to show movies. Their movies, though. The Fathom movies are different from the movies in the theater, but they're in the same theater. So most of them have been religious. One was a comedy movie. Just some random comedy movie was in Fathom for a couple of weeks. We talked about it here. God, I can't think of the name, but it looked pretty low budget, and I thought, that's kind of cool. He's in all the theaters. So I think it's like the idea is going to be the networks or the AMC and the studios own the screens, but you can rent them for your movie for a price. Something like that. Indie Phantom. Oh yeah, Hugh Grant moving into creep mode. Put girlfriend on home. Streaming. No, I saw the girlfriend before this, She gave me a bunch of chili and sent me on my way. Indie Phantom. Sad how Venom has done. Not really woke, but just so lame. Yeah, it doesn't look great. I mean, the trailer looked cool, but trailers at that level kind of can. It's easy for a trailer to look cool if you know what you're doing. But man, so many of them don't. But that one looked all right. I kind of was mildly interested in it. Indie Phantom. Kevin Smith had the 4:30 movie via Fathom. Oh, interesting. That's very interesting. Yeah, so maybe it's going to be an inroad where Fathom eventually dominates the screens and then eventually buys out the theater chain somehow. Something like that. Or they just continue to be the service, one of many services in a screen network that is owned by some major monopoly or major corporation. I don't know. I kind of don't like it. But eventually maybe they'll break it up or it'll just fall apart and then you'll have regional deals where you can get whatever you want. But it kind of doesn't matter. Theaters are going to go the way of the dodo for a lot of reasons. Some of them will survive eventually when they reinvent the movie as a live event, when just going to the movies. When I went to the movies in the 80s, that was it. You either went to the movie in the 80s or you waited until HBO got it. If you were lucky enough to have HBO, you could watch it on there. Or if you really wanted to wait 5 years, you might see it on television with commercials. That was the three ways you could see movies. Then they added videotapes, and then you could see the videotapes. Then they added DVDs and whatnot, and now, everything's streaming. So why go to the theater? It's just a pain in the ass, especially if you're my age. I don't want to go to the theater anymore. I just don't want to go. It sucks. The food sucks. The people suck. The seats suck. Everything sucks. There's no reason to go. It's not exclusive. It'll be on streaming. Pay enough money, you can see any movie you want. The only reason to go would be if the experience was nice and I would want to get out of the house and we could sit there and have a good time, maybe have a drink. That's what they need to do. They need to add drinks. They need to make it like a bar experience, not food. I'm getting off of the eat and view experience. I don't think the eating part will work. I think you can do snacky foods, but you can't do a meal. It's too much stuff to have in the theater while it's dark and the movie's playing. But I think you could do drinks and snacks. High-end drinks and snacks. But it has to be in the realm of possibility for the price. And already, Jesus, I went to the comic book show today, and I'm not knocking the comic book show. I love the people who run it, and I like the Elks Lodge, but it's a little steep, in my view, to pay $5 for a hamburger. Now, it was a good hamburger. It's decent. They made it. It wasn't pre-packaged or anything like that, but $5 just for a hamburger? If you did $5 and you gave me some chips and a bottle of water, okay. Or $5 for, a burger and chips, okay. But when you just give me a hamburger, that's kind of come on, man. That's too much, I think. But the hot dog was $4. And I'm I'm not getting I'm definitely not getting a hot dog. Hot dogs are cheap. Hot dogs should never go above $3. Unless they're gigantic or have a bunch of toppings, but Ardent, is Fathom events the same as Fathom streaming service? They are free here, I think. I don't know. They have kind of an orange logo with a bunch of ovals. If that's the same logo. Indie Phantom, I can't tell if streaming kind of saved Hollywood or just totally killed it. Heard AMC is doing big renovations. Aren't all the movies free? Yeah, AMC is supposedly doing renovations, but then I read an article saying that wasn't exactly true. Let me see. I'll call up the logo. You tell me if it's the same logo. Fathom Events. Yeah, this is Fathom here. Well, maybe it's not. I think, yeah, that's the same one. No, it's got like hexagons or whatever. Here's old movies, events. Oh, yeah, they were also showing that Jesus TV show. Here's AMC Theaters, Fathom Events. So this logo, it would be. So you got orchestras, anime, showing The Fifth Element in November. Pompoko, I don't know what that is. Drummer Boy, Christmas Live, My Neighbor Totoro. Here's the religious one. I Am the Immaculate Conception, The Nutcracker, Beethoven's Fidelio, Strauss's Salome, and on and on. Ardent, not sure. Might be a different company, I think. But either way you go, the regular movies, they're just like DOA. I mean, although I'll say Heretic looks kind of low budget, so 11 million, you know, and the best Christmas pageant ever probably didn't make a lot of, you know, probably didn't cost a lot of money either. Let's see. This cost, no, they don't have the budget here. I don't know. Heretic might have made its money if it made 13 million the first week. Indie Phantom. It's hard to fathom what's happening to cinema. Ha! Ardent at Indie Phantom. Well, yeah, if you're willing to deal with Thai subtitles and low quality rips. That sounds like pirating. Oh, that can't be right. All right, number 4 is The Wild Robot, dropping from 2 from Universal. So this is in its 7th week. And it's still in the top 10. There's no way this should be in the top 10, but here it is. They've already announced the sequel to this thing. And I think the site is stuck. Dropping from 3 to 5 is Smile 2. 5 million. So that looks like it did okay. Yeah, the site's stuck for now. Dropping from 4 to 6 is Conclave in its 3rd week, 4.1 million. Going from 11 to 7. So this movie, there we go. They're trying to push it. Is Nora. Yeah, I don't want to see this now. Go back to the front page. Nora, again, is that movie where the lead actress said she was criticizing intimacy coordinators. Indie Phantom, Artem, no, I stick with the HQ. They are out there. They need to sail further. The Wild Robot is a new version of a sleeper hit. Oh, goodness. I'm really stuck on this page. All right, let's try this. Yeah, I don't know. The Wild Robot, that looks like a fairly expensive movie. I'll say this for it. They at least did the smart thing. They did something cute that had a broad appeal. It's not my kind of movie, but it's fine. Indie Phantom. This is the driest box office in some time. Yeah. This box office is drier than South Jersey right now. And we just had rain today, a little bit of a sprinkle. But we had 40 days with no rain here in South Jersey. So we've been having forest fires everywhere. Jackson, New Jersey had a forest fire, I think, today. And, yeah, it's just been very dry here. It's so dry in my backyard, I finally got worried and started raking up some of the leaves because I'm worried somebody throws a lit cigarette on the ground around here. The whole neighborhood will go up. That's how dry it is. Indie Phantom, your internet reverted to 1996 for a moment. Yeah, I could kind of feel that. It was very slow for a minute there, but I think we're back. So I'm going to just stay on the front page. I'm not going to try to look at the movies too deeply. Conclave, we did that. So that seems to be doing okay-ish at 21 million. I don't know. Honora, though, is now doing better at 2.4 million this week. It's up to 7 from 11. So they jammed it into more theaters. So now it's in over 1,000 theaters. So it seems to be being received very well. And again, that actress, the moment she said she didn't like the intimacy coordinators, and I watched the trailer before that, I felt she and the lead actor had a good chemistry. And I think that's due largely to the lack of intimacy coordinators. I think those guys trying to micromanage here totally tanked. It certainly did. We haven't even, yeah, that's the next one. Here, from 5 to 8 in its second week, dropped 50%, but didn't start strong. It's in more theaters now, but I don't think that's going to help it. And I feel bad, but Zemeckis is cool, but I think he's been out of the game a while. 9.5 million. Jesus, 187,000 overseas. Oh, God. Yeah, I don't want to see that. Cost $50 million, this movie. Ain't going to make its budget. It's done. This is done. This is doner than done. Holy F. I don't know. Maybe they made this movie to lose money. I mean, there's a lot of talk about how Hollywood has just become a place to wash money. So, did it really cost $50 million, or was like, are they washing like $30 million to, I don't know, do what with it, but send it somewhere, I guess. Somebody's getting it in their pocket. I don't know. So, number 9, We Live in Time, dropping from 6 to 9. This is the Andrew Garfield, Florence Pugh, movie, romance movie, in its 5th week. This movie probably made money. I mean, it's just a romance. Just shot it. That's a good thing about romances. There's no action other than, you hurt me, Philip. Or whatever, whoever the handsome man is gets yelled at, and then he runs to the airport at the end or whatever. Right, doggy? No guns. Very few guns. Number 10, Terrifier 3. Still the reigning champ for hitting it big with a low budget movie. I don't know. I have zero interest in these Terrifier movies, but if you like to see a bunch of gross stuff, 68 million. This movie ain't cost nothing. I bet this movie cost, I'll ballpark it at, I mean, since it's the third one, maybe 15 million. Oh my God, 2 million. Yeah. Oh, this is money, baby. I wouldn't go see the Terrifier movie franchise, but I'd effing invest in it. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. When I get a few mil, yeah, come to me the next time you want to make one of these. I'll give you some money. I'll expect it back, doubled, in a brown envelope. Cash only, please. Number 11 is Elevation. Premieres at $1.1 million. Elevation. Is this the thriller movie with the... what the hell is it? Can't think of what it is. Set in a post-apocalyptic Rocky Mountains, a single father and 2 women venture from the safety of their homes to face monstrous creatures to save the life of a young boy. I think I did say this one. It's very confusing if I'm recalling it correctly. Yeah. I don't know. It's like a... kind of like an alien movie with, like, in the mountains. Overlord, the Sacred Kingdom. Well, that's obviously some sort of anime thing. Yep. 1.1 million. I mean, this shouldn't even be on the list, right? This should, if this was a regular box office, you know, if Hollywood was functional, the Overlord wouldn't even be ranked. Meanwhile, they got Indian movies from Bollywood. They're not even on this list. They wouldn't dare, I guess, release the box office from India. Maybe they're just lying and they don't want to, but Beetlejuice, dropping from 10 to 13. Still hanging around. $845,000. No reason to take it out of theaters if it's still making money. So, I mean, it's finally going, but geez. A Real Pain, $282,000. I mean, this movie's only in 12 theaters, but it's the second week, guys. What are you waiting for? Number 15 is The Substance, dropping from 14. I kind of want to see this movie. It's in its 8th week. I think I'll wait for streaming, but Memoir of a Snail, IFC. I'm trying to push that. I don't know. This is too indie to do much business. Yeah, like, who's going to see this? I guess it's for kids. After a series of many misfortunes, a snail-collecting, melancholic misfit learns how to find confidence in herself and the silver linings amongst the clutter of everyday life. God, that sounds boring even as I was reading it. But, yeah, that's not a... You released this in the theaters. You released Memoir of a Snail in theaters. I mean, you would have been better off releasing that new Jack Black Dear Santa movie, which looks awful, by the way. I was talking to somebody about that at the show today, and we were just saying how the F does Hollywood think it's a good idea and I'll just tell you what the movie's about briefly. Dear Santa, the premise is a kid is writing Santa Claus. I did a trailer analysis. A kid's writing Santa Claus. He misspells Santa, and he accidentally puts Dear Satan. So the letter gets to Satan, played by Jack Black, and he decides to go to Earth and grant Timmy's wishes, I guess. And then he becomes his friend, right? Like, Satan becomes his friend that's going to bring him out of his shell, and he's gonna get the girl and talk to people and go to parties. Like, it's Satan, dude. You're actually playing Satan. Like, you could have made it work as a sketch, a short film on Saturday Night Live or something. Like, that would have worked. You know, kid he's trying to write Santa and he accidentally writes Satan. You could do some dry thing where Jack Black could actually play Satan, but you can't do a 90-minute movie. It's a concept that, you know, you can't make Satan like Beetlejuice or, you know, like Drop Dead Fred. It doesn't make any sense. He's Satan. He's literally evil incarnate. And so the messaging in the movie is like Jack Black corrupting a young boy. Like, that is the messaging. Indie Phantom, Jack Black as Satan. Jesus. Yeah. You gotta see it. I mean, not the movie, but the trailer, because you just go, who would greenlight this? First off, Jack Black, and we were talking about this at the show, although quietly on the down low, because some people get bent out of shape about the election. You know, Jack Black comes off the Biden endorsement, right? Like, who the F thought it would be a good idea? Oh, we have to get Jack Black's endorsement. Why? Who the hell would listen? Like, I wouldn't listen to any celebrity when it comes to politics, but if I was gonna pick a celebrity, I would pick a more serious celebrity than Jack Black. Like, I'd pick somebody who looks successful and smart, right? You pick somebody like, I don't know, like, again, if you were following celebrities, you'd pick George Clooney before you'd pick someone like Jack Black, right? Someone who is kind of serious and seemingly successful or whatever. Although he was in the mix too, right? He endorsed Biden, and then a week later it's like, get the F out. Oh no, we're endorsing Kamala. Like, coming off of that, and coming off of what happened with Tenacious D, first off, he should have never done it. And if you were going to do it, shut the F up afterwards for at least, I don't know, 2 years. Don't put out another movie. Now what are you going to do? You think any Trump supporter is going to go see Jack Black in Dear Santa? Jack Black makes fun of Satan. Makes fun of Santa and Satan, and he's a cool guy. Like, what? What? So you might as well just come out and endorse everything the DNC does. You might as well get super political if you're going to do that, because I can't imagine anyone outside the DNC being like, oh, Jack Black playing Satan as Santa. Like, what? Like, back in the day, this would have been offensive to so many people. They never would have greenlit it. They never would have greenlit. Now, I'm not religious. It doesn't offend me. I just think it's stupid. But if I had a kid, I wouldn't take my kid to see it, because it would be confusing. Satan is not a good character. Even if you don't believe Satan exists, he's not a good guy. And if you're going to make him a good guy, that's weird. That's like saying, "Oh no, we're going to make Krampus the good guy in this." Yeah, won't that be fun and cute? No. No, it will not. You can't just turn things on its head and call yourself clever. And I don't think they even are. They're just going to make him like, they're just inserting Satan where, you know, Drop Dead Fred should be. And I just can't get over they're doing it. Ardent, Satan becomes the kid's friend. That sounds disturbingly socially manipulative. Ye gods, I miss the days when conspiracy theorized about a friendly alien movies grooming to accept our extraterrestrial overlords. Yeah. Like, even that it sounds quaint in comparison to what I just described. LeMay is here. Hello. Indie Phantom. Heard Clooney is also taking heat as the left are eating their own. Yeah. Yeah. Welcome to the fray, you dumb bee. Clooney. He should take it. He should take it, because I'm sure, again, I mean, that would have been, if I was one of these idiot celebrities or in the mix, I would have been like, oh yeah, Clooney's doing it. I guess that'll be cool. This is probably totally cool out in LA, but you're killing yourselves. You guys are killing your audience with every move like this. Indie Phantom, are they trying a Nightmare Before Christmas kind of thing? No, he's way too friendly for that. Let me see if I can find it real quick. I can't play it, but... Oh, you know what I could play? I could play my own trailer thingy. Let me get to my channel here. Screenwriter's Rant. Yeah, there it is. Dear Santa. I can't play it, but... Well, I guess I could. But there's Jack Black as Satan. There he is. It's crazy. You know, he's a wacky, like, friendly character who helps this little kid, you know, come out of his shell. Just like in every movie like that. It's like a coming of age with Satan. John Adams is here. South Park made Satan kind of relatable like that, but he was still evil. Yes, and that's what I was saying in the trailer. Like, you look at that, and it's like, okay, yeah, he's still evil. he's still like the worst, but yeah, they made him relatable. But like, he wouldn't be with a little kid, except maybe Eric Cartman. I don't know. Sam Rogers is here. Hello, everyone. He says, Trump, beer, 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 beer. Oh, he's buying everyone a beer. Good manga to you, sir. Sam Roberts, I'm still celebrating, and I'm not even American. Yeah. It's good times. I'm celebrating, too, but I'm in New Jersey, so I have to keep it kind of on the down low in certain situations. You know, me and a few friends online, oh, we're celebrating like crazy. Oh, look at this link. Oh, look at this nut having a meltdown. But yeah, talking to certain people in our ring of friends, Yeah, I'm waiting for them to calm down before I start needling them. Ardent, didn't Clooney's woman divorce him last year or so? Maybe he needs the money. I don't know. Did he get divorced? I don't remember that. Ardent says hey to the gang who's coming in. LeMay, he is trying to be edgy. You think? It doesn't feel like an edgy movie at all. It feels like a kid's movie with Satan. That's what it feels like to me. John Adams, there is a Christian, maybe other religions too, that Satan won't appear to you as evil, but as a temptation you want. So maybe it works in that fashion. Yeah, it kind of does. Only, but the key is the ending. And what I was saying in the trailer was, or the trailer analysis was, there's only one way this movie ends. And that, it's not that Jack Black goes to hell and he's mad at Timmy because he got tricked, or that Timmy goes to hell because he's evil and he listened to Satan and that's what he gets. It's going to be that Timmy becomes a better person because he met Satan and listened to his advice, and then Satan continues to be his friend going forward and is kind of nice, which that just doesn't work. John Adams, there is a Christian... Oh, no, I read that one. Ardent, I think the salt will flow for another week or two at least. I know. Sam Rogers, dumb question. Is the Pineys a written novel or is it a comic book? That is not a dumb question. I get that all the time. It is a written novel. It's a novella. So it's all words. A lot of people think it's a comic because the covers are so nice and dynamic, by Vig Starmax. All right, John, I've had enough of you. So you go away. So, yes, you will get many words and no pictures except the cover. There's a back cover. Sometimes I design that. But yeah, so this, God, this looks, and it looks awful. Like, it looks like Jack Black doing the same tired shtick, only now he's Satan. And, you know, it's like, is this all you're going to do, Jack? Wah! You know, he's just in that Minecraft movie. I think this is the end of his career. I think he's really wearing out his welcome. So, and part of it, he could thank, you know, his cohort in Tenacious D for starting the ball rolling down there. Like, there's no way he should have said that during the, if you didn't hear. The other guy in Tenacious D, I forget his name, Kyle, I think, the bald guy, he said something about, you know, the assassin missing Trump at a concert in Australia, and it became international news. Next up, Transformers 1, somehow still in theaters, making some amount of money. That's a waste of celluloid. Whitebird, a wonder story from Lionsgate, made $100K. Piece by Piece, $94,000 in its fifth week. Oh, here you go. Christmas Eve's in Miller's Point. This is an IFC film. 405 theaters. It only made $73,000. That doesn't seem good, but maybe they'll put it in more theaters. It is a Christmas movie. It looked okay. It's like a family movie. Sam Rogers, I believe he said that dumb stuff in Sydney. Probably. Ardent, Kyle Gas, yeah. Sam Rogers, it might have been Melbourne. Whoa, excuse me. Chili. That was all the chili I've eaten. But yeah, he shouldn't have said it. You know, it's one thing to goof around with your friends and say something like that. It's another thing to say it on stage in a public place where you're mega famous. And Kyle is not nearly as famous as Jack, but, you know, he's riding his coattails, and they're in Australia, where I'm sure Tenacious D is probably more famous than they are here. But, what are you doing? You can't hold your freaking political opinions. These people, they infuriate me because they're so dumb. They're so dumb. It's like, you're making all kinds of crazy money. You're perfectly free to state your political opinion outside of your concerts and all that. Instead, you just think you could do anything. Indie Phantom. Jack Black wore out his welcome around the time of Gulliver Travels, which nobody should remember. I do remember that movie, but yes. Yeah, it's the same shtick over and over again. And now, and when you have an image like Jack Black, a guy who goes on the internet and puts on a tutu and runs around with a water pistol, why would you think, they're asking me to endorse Biden publicly? Yeah, that should be a good idea. No, it's a ridiculous idea. No one cares about Jack Black's political opinions. Now, you can make an argument for certain celebrities that have an okay reputation. I mean, or that are older or whatever. But Jack Black is so on the bottom of that. Like, who is like, I really respect Jack Black's opinion. I think I'm going to vote his way. It's insane. It's insane. No one in comedy should be endorsing anybody that publicly. No one. Unless it's a joke, or unless it's just funny. If they can make a joke out of it, sure, more power to you. But your serious endorsement, go F yourself. Ardent. LOL, I was running late starting my stream today and ended up grabbing a Dr. Pepper instead of coffee. Spent the first half surpassing and apologizing for burps. Yes. Yeah, I can't drink seltzer while I'm doing this, although I think I did in one stream and paid for it in my burps. Next up, another movie that kind of just sank is Saturday Night, the Saturday Night Live movie. I don't know why they made this movie. It's like 20 years too late. Let's see if we can get a total on this. Looks like it didn't even crack 10 million. Yeah, didn't 9.5 million. Phew, what a disaster. Do we have a budget? No. This movie probably costs a little bit of money because it's a period piece. So, I mean, a lot of it was shot inside, but chili made me thirsty. Luther, Never Too Much. That was that singer Luther Vandross. That's his movie. Sam Rogers. Jack Black has always had a thing with demonic stuff. Yeah, which is, look, that's part of his image, but it was comedy, right? And with Tenacious D, fine. Now he's the devil? Like, maybe if you'd done this, I don't know, further out, like long enough that we didn't quite remember the whole Tenacious D nonsense, maybe you could have done it, I guess, but it's a stupid idea. It's just dumb. Okay, a kid mistakenly writes Dear Satan instead of Dear Santa. That would have been a cool movie if Satan was a serious guy. Like, the scariest actor in the world plays Satan, and he shows up at Timmy's house, and he's like, okay, Timmy, I'll give you what you want. Instead, they're trying to do this wacky bit where the kid at first thinks he's Santa and then realizes he's Satan and then wants to get away from him. And then Jack Black kind of wants to be his friend, and then I think what happens is he's trying to buy his soul, and then at the end he's finally successful, but then feels bad he ruined his friend's soul or something and gives it back or whatever. So, whatever it is, I'm just not interested. Debuting near the bottom is Bird in one theater. Didn't they already make this movie? It was a different Bird movie. 12-year-old Bailey lives with her single dad, Bug, and brother Hunter in a squat in North Kent. Oh, God, this sounds awful. Bug doesn't have much time for his kids, and Bailey, who is approaching puberty, seeks attention and adventure elsewhere. Yeah, I don't want to see this. No thanks. Ardent. 30 years ago, that idea could have worked with Christopher Lee and Macaulay Culkin. Yeah, like Christopher Lee's actually evil. I mean, you'd have been scared out of your mind, and he's actually evil from the moment you see him. He's not a wacky character. Indie Phantom, yeah, good concept for holiday horror, actually. Or a comedy sketch. A comedy sketch would have worked great. Like um, the end of the sketch, either Satan takes him to hell because he's an actual bad kid, or Timmy tricks Satan and saves his soul or whatever. The Carpenter. That sounds. Is that another Jesus movie? Sounds like it. Yeah. That's a Jesus movie. All right, so there's that. Dahomey, The Fall, and Hundreds of Beavers. this movie's back. I kind of wanted to see this. I hear this is good. This is supposed to be actually pretty funny. Not sure. It was getting a little heat from the festivals, and then got released, and now it's back. Weird. But Hundreds of Beavers is definitely something I've been keeping my eye out for. It looks pretty funny. I'll just say that. All right, 67 million for the box office. This is second weekend in November. So we're coming up to the holiday season, and the box office is just like sputtering. It's just sputtering. There's no hits. I mean, 67 million. There should be a hit movie in this mix. This is wide open. Like, the field is wide open for a movie to just run away with it, and it's just not here. It's just not here. You know what should have been out is that Captain America movie. Captain America would have cleaned up in this market, right? If it was any good, which it doesn't look like. It's not coming out until February 14th. Valentine's Day. Hey, honey, want to go see Black Captain America fight Harrison Ford? CGI? Ooh, that sounds romantic. You're damn right it's romantic, baby. I don't know who wants to see that. The people who watch the MCU, I don't think want to see that. Just seems like a dumb movie. Especially to release on Valentine's Day. In November, you're supposed to be releasing... Oh, Kite is here. Hi, Kite. Good evening. Good MAGA to you, sir. Yeah, you should be releasing more holiday movies. And they are, but, they're only doing so well. They don't look that great. I mean, the best Christmas pageant ever looks okay. The Miller's movie looks okay. Christmas at Miller's Point, it's called. No classics here. I'm not seeing like, oh, I gotta go see that. The sequel to Christmas Story, that was a movie I had to say. That was, yeah, sign me up. But Ardent says hello. All right, let's move on from this dismal box office. Terrible. Just terrible. And see what's happening in the trades. Variety says Heretic scares up 11 million. So here's the Heretic with Hugh Grant doing his creepy dude thing. Here's an interesting headline. Joker 2 actor says it's the worst film ever made, and people on set said this is going to bomb. It's not even hate watchable. That's how terrible it is. Wow. Kite. Aha! I was up all night watching that. Heart was in my throat at points. They were so reluctant to make some states red. Aha! Kite. Hope you're all having a good time. Oh, we're having a great time because, we're in MAGA country now, Kite. We're in MAGA country now. But yeah, everybody, you know what? Again, I'm having the best time on Twitter. The meltdowns on Twitter, mwah. Oh, the mwah. I think that's what we should. Let me just click over there, see if there's anything good to watch right now. Just completely addicted to Twitter again, or X. Um, Here's the map, by the way, by county. That's how red the country really is. But, you know, the population centers are in that blue area. Let's see. Here's a meltdown. Kamala supporters record themselves moving to Canada because Trump won the election. Arden says, Merry Magamus. Twixter. Oh, I can't play that. I can't play it. So they're holding their passports up and they're moving to Canada. Yeah, go to Canada. Pay the taxes there. You'll be back in a week. You'll be back in a week. Go ahead. Pay the taxes in Canada. Pay the taxes in Canada. Enjoy. More on the SNL skit. Razor Fist has been following the Arizona tally. Ardent F. Yeah, today was people moving to Canada Day. There was another. Oh, I hope it's on here somewhere. If I can find it, I'm going to show you the guy who moved the. He's moving out of the United States, but he videotaped a huge montage of him walking to the plane in the airport. It goes on forever, and it's just unbelievably cringe. Kite. The adults are back in the room. Haha, so many people I had to unfollow. They cried insufferably. Don't follow me if you voted against women and LGBTQ. Yeah, like, you know what? You don't follow me then. Just don't follow me, and I'll get around to cleaning out my follower thing. John Adams. G Prime 85 has made a couple of good comics based on the meltdown. Really? Ardent, make it stop. Indy, we don't need more of their kind in Canada. Ardent, exactly, Indy. We can't stop them. They think Canada's a paradise. But I don't think they'll stay long. No. Not when they have to pay your taxes. See, when you're in the United States and you pay the taxes here, and then you move anywhere else, you quickly go, oh, maybe the United States ain't so bad, because maybe I overstepped my bounds there. That was my accent of a guy who realizes he paid too much taxes. Ardent, more Trudeau voters, effing wonderful. No, they're not going to vote. They'd have to be citizens to vote. So they'd have to, like, you know, they're not going to change. They're not going to do that much. These people do not. They're all performance, no action. If they move to your country, it's for a couple of months until they run out of money or realize, oh, this isn't what I wanted. And then they just come back. I mean, I'm sure you've got a population of expats, but after a while, they're just going to leave. Ardent, LOL, imagine moving from San Francisco to Toronto only to discover there's still crap on the streets. Finally, a crap-free street. Oh, no, my shoes. Oh, man. And it's a shame, too, because I went to both San Francisco and Toronto. This would have been, like, early 2000s. And they were both relatively nice. San Francisco was already starting to go downhill, but there wasn't crap on the streets. There were heroin junkies everywhere. But they were at least washing their genitals in the local fountains. No lie, I saw a junkie washing his genitals in a water fountain in the middle of a park. And I just thought, oh, never want to drink from that fountain ever in history. But I wouldn't drink from an outside fountain anyway, unless, I guess maybe if it shot the water high enough in the air and I could catch it with my mouth, maybe. But even then, after seeing that, boo. Ardent. Or no, sorry, Indie Phantom. Ardent, what we need is our own MAGA. We did have the Freedom Convoy, which was based as F. Yeah, you were close. Just need somebody in that convoy to run for president. Maybe, what's her last name? Litch? I think Tamara Litch? Maybe let her run for president. Ardent Junkies, that's Vancouver. But yeah, it's been a woman wants to know what MAGA men find attractive so she can wear the complete opposite. Oh, you're already doing a good job, honey. Just keep doing what you're doing. Just keep pulling your hair back, looking pissed off. Let's see, is there music on this one?
Can someone tell me what MAGA men find attractive so that I can wear the complete opposite? Thanks.
Yeah, just keep doing what you're doing, babe. You're fine. You're fine. Don't worry. Just keep wear a Kamala shirt and talk about how you're living under a fascist dictatorship. You'll drive those men away. Um, Ardent at Indie Phantom. PPC wants moratorium and deportation. Kite. Oh, I can't on my Twitch Twitter account. I have to stay behaved and quiet on that one, or I'll kill my channel quicker than they are for crying. I saw someone lose 3K people for coping. Like, Kite, quote, it never felt so good to have so many people unfollow. Ardent, my YouTube mobile app is being, well, effy. Bigger glasses, brighter hair. Oh, yeah, dye your hair. That's a huge red flag now. Back in the 80s, a chick with a streak of green or pink in her hair, I was like all about it. Because that was a sign you were a punk chick. And you were crazy. And I was like, yeah. I was like all about that. Now, no. Oh, God, no. I mean, I'm not single anymore. So, I'm not looking for anybody. But back in the day. So, here you go. Patriarchy successfully abolished. Great job. Ardent or shave, make yourself a lesser man. See what this one is. Oh, yeah, they're doing this. The hair chopping. That's a good strategy to keep men away from you. I hate the short haircuts on most women. Oh, my God, she's doing a whole shave thing. Yeah, if you're bald, forget it. If you're bald, oh, God, that's even worse than being bald, I think. Yep. Excellent. You're doing us all a favor. See, back in the day, a girl with those pink ponytails, I would have been, in the 80s, I would have been like, oh, man, punk chick. Now, like, you could have kept them. You could have kept your hair. Kite, the problem is someone had to take a mega risk at Indie Phantom since the Canadian government has now confirmed they can go after your bank and livelihood. Ardent, LOL. That's the exact clip I said my last comment about Twitter. Yeah, it just goes on and on. F off and choke on your turkey. Angry woman to her family after Trump's victory. Like, these people, to me, are seriously messed up. When you're going after your family, that's messed up. Ardent, yep, there was a chick I was head over heels about until in uni in the mid-90s with short green hair.
Well, it's happening. The family wants to know what I'm doing for the holidays.
Oh, boy. So she's not going to go to the family dinner, I'm guessing.
I'm going to be here with my dogs and my daughter, who is of childbearing age.
Okay, so already it's becoming political.
And now has to get an IUD at 17 years old.
Ew, you're going to give... that's... Look, you don't have to give your daughter an IUD at 17. You could just teach her to, like, I don't know, maybe not have sex until she's ready. Oh, I hit the wrong thing. Nuts.
Well, it has to get an IUD at 17 years old.
She does not have to do that.
I'm going to be here with my son, who is a political target.
What? A political target?
And that should really tell you all you need to know.
Yeah, where's your husband? Where's the husband in all this? Oh, I guess he escaped this hellscape that is you.
I'm not going to be hanging out with y'all for the holidays, so.
Can you imagine, Duck? To me, it's gross. I would never do this to if my family members were communists, I'd still go to see them. I mean, obviously we wouldn't have any food, but I'd go see them.
Oh, fuck off.
Oh, that's not nice. That's really disgusting. All right, let's get back into movies. These people, Ardent, the self sterilizers are insane. That they are insane. They are insane. John Adams, aren't we all political targets? Yeah, yeah, I think so. But I mean, I don't know how old her son is. If her son's like 6, obviously he shouldn't be a political target. Maybe because maybe the implication is he's gay, and that's why he's a political target, and that's what she's implying. I don't know. Alex Ogle, hello Tony. Hello Alex. Hello all. I bought 2 large bottles of election wine and went to bed early on Wednesday morning, drunk and very happy. Kite, y'all still have Thanksgiving to come to? Oh, that's going to be fantastic. I can see it now. Dem party, go to Thanksgiving and try to convince your MAGA relatives, which is everyone else at the table. Yeah, like my family, we don't agree politically, but we don't have these kinds of discussions. We stopped having political talks. You know, we used to tease each other, but then it got a little angry, so we said, all right, we can't do this. Like, we value our familiar ties more than our politics. So yeah, it's, oh, there'll be some teasing this year though. Kite, Dem voters while spitting up their pacifier, but I don't wanna wah. Yeah, exactly. It's amazing. Now imagine, just imagine for a second, and I was preparing for this just in case, if Trump lost. Oh, now imagine how I wish we had that machine. You know the machine I mean. It's a machine where we could see into the alternate world where different things happen. You know, if Trump had lost, these people would have been all over Twitter all night long, bashing Trump supporters. Ardent, LOL. Oh, wait, I missed one. Alex, I was so unhappy about Joker 2. I wanted to go and see it despite the reviews, but then I heard about the grape scene and decided to give it a wide berth. Oh, I haven't heard about the grape scene. Joker 2 actor says it's the worst film ever made. People on the set said this is going to bomb. It's not even hate watchable. That's how terrible it is. I think this is the guy who plays, comedian Tim Dillon. Okay, so he's on, not a regular, but he was on a podcast called Bad Friends, which I just started watching with Bobby Lee and Andrew, I can't think of his last name. But yeah, he was talking about this on the Bad Friends podcast. I'm kind of surprised Variety picked it up. But man, he's being edgy by doing this. Let me tell you something. If you want to know what comedian's being edgy right now, it's Tim Dillon bashing the movie that he was in. That's still pretty risky. Ardent Schultz? No, it's like Scorvino or Scavino. I forget his last name. But it's a good podcast if you haven't seen it. Bobby Lee is very funny because he's just such a weirdo. But I promised Indie Phantom I would see this movie. But so far it hasn't popped up on Max yet. I think it pops up. I think it's this week. Maybe. I think this week it pops up. Maybe the 15th. So I'm going to watch it. And I'm going to be pretty mad. Here's Elon Musk slams Dana Carvey's SNL impression. It wasn't that great. Kyle Dunningham does an amazing impersonation of Elon Musk. Dana Carvey's was okay. But it feels like such bitter grapes. The sketch they need to do would have been Kamala drunk off her A in the White House like that girl did. I don't know if you saw the girl that does Kamala. Oh, she's really good. She does this amazing Kamala impersonation. And she did one where she's taking drunk phone calls. It's pretty good. John Adams, Andrew Santino. Thank you. That's the name. Santino. He's a ginger comedian. Indie Phantom. Still haven't seen Joker 2. Rewatched the first film and it did not hold up at all. Oh wow. Interesting. Kite. Bashing a Hollywoke movie you are in is a career killer. He must feel pretty set to say it. I don't think he is, but he is a comedian, so it's a calculated risk when a comedian does it. Like if he was just an actor, nobody cares. But it could, because like certain movies, and Joker 2 may be one of them, it's okay to criticize them because they bomb so hard. And Hollywood already accept that they bombed. Now Todd Phillips will never hire him again, I bet. Oh no, he'll never go. He'll never be in another Todd Phillips movie, I bet. Because Todd Phillips is probably pissed he said it, but and probably Joaquin Phoenix, but the studio, I don't know if they care because the movie, it's so universally panned now, it may not matter. But yeah, it is a risk. Ardent. I've seen a few clips from Bad Friends. Watching Bobby Lee get roasted for Asian things is hilarious. And he roasts right back, so it's awesome. Yeah, he's pretty good. Indie Phantom. Yeah, review would still be good for Joker 2. I'll do it. I'll suffer. Ardent. Comedians are the court jesters / truth tellers nowadays. Well, they should be. I don't think anybody on SNL is doing that job, but Tim Dillon seems to be doing it. So good on him. Ray Romano's identical twin sons confront their quarter-life crises, codependency, and growing up with a famous dad in their new documentary. That sounds like the most nepotistic movie ever made, right? Boys, you guys gonna get a career, or what are you doing? Dad, I thought we'd do a documentary about what it's like to grow up in your shadow. Oh, okay, I guess you could. I'll come to see it. Let me know when it's out. Yeah, we might. That was my little play about Ray Romano and his sons. Thank you. Ardent, sorry, I meant good comedians, so SNL is out automatically. Thank you for making that distinction. Alex Ogle, also, I hope all the residents of the Commonwealth countries have participated in an act of remembrance, or will do tomorrow. I'm not sure what that is. Kite, applause. I guess that's your Veterans Day, I'm guessing. I've heard of it before. Don't remember the details. But yeah, Ray Romano's son, I mean, sure, you could make a documentary about what it's like to grow up in a shadow. I mean, is that what you guys do? Do you make documentaries? Like, you know, I don't know what I'd do if I was that rich, quite frankly. I'd like to think I'd have more time for my books and my various projects, but I think I actually probably would have ended up even fatter and playing video games. So, Alex Ogle, Remembrance Day or Veterans Day? Oh, okay. Yeah, that's what I figured. Mattel's Wicked movie dolls mistakenly list porn site on packaging. Okay. What? Which porn site? Which one? There are so many. So website listed on the box, on the toy box, but instead of linking to a webpage for the movie adaptation, Mattel mistakenly listed a URL to a pornographic website. The film's official website is wickedmovie.com, but the address is listed on the plastic packaging for the special edition dolls created in the partnership with Universal Pictures as written as wicked.com. Oopsie. John Adams at Alex Ogle. There was something about the Remembrance Day pins in the UK sending the proceeds to Stonewall charity that upset people. Oh, weird. Indie Phantom. Is it a job to grow in the shadows? Is it a job to grow in the shadows? Uh, yeah, not really. Indie Phantom, Wicked Pictures got a boost, I heard. Ardent, oof. Alex Ogle at John Adams. I recycle my poppy pins from years ago, and I'm very judicious about my donations these days. All right. Indie Phantom, they need to make a Wicked porn parody immediately and cash in more. Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. That would be easy too, right? It'd just be two girls and going at it. One in green makeup. Fandom Pulse. Doctor Who actor John Barrowman squashes rumor of Torchwood return, claiming he's blacklisted and will explain why in Laid Bare show. Huh. Interesting. So is this guy based? Is that why they went after him? He claims he'll be explaining the real reason why. I would imagine they blacklisted him just because it's the BBC. John Adams, that seems like a solid plan to me. Also reduces trash. Alex Ogle, Sydney Sweeney to star at Indie Phantom. Indie Phantom, good call, Alex. Call her agent. Alex Ogle, Barrowman said blacklisted. Ha ha ha. No wonder he's persona non grata. Ardent, Barrowman is gay, but not queer, I guess? Oh, he is gay? He should be on the list. I mean, the list of people that the BBC would hire immediately. But, yeah, that's weird. I don't know what's going on with Doctor Who. I don't care anymore. You've driven me out of Doctor Who, and I was an OG Doctor Who fan. Oh, I was watching the old ones. I was going back in the day. Now, Doctor Who, click. Now I just hear the IPs and I just go click. Nope, well, click. Oh, you want to watch? Nope, click. You know, some of the guys at the comic book show were talking about Star Trek today. And I said, you mean the original one, right? And they were like, no, Discovery. Did you see that? And like, no. Ardent, so gay he raises the room temperature 3 degrees upon entry. I enjoyed Torchwood more than New Who. Okay. I didn't see it, but I heard about it. Second BioWare insider affirms disastrous sales and huge refunds for Dragon Age The Veilguard. Oh, they didn't want to play another game where you pick your pronouns and have sex with animals? Oh, no. Well, what's the world coming to? I don't know if you could have sex with animals in it. I just assume you can because the world is insane. Bloomberg writer deletes post attempting to own the chuds about Dragon Age, the Veilguard player count. I'm sure that went very well. Indie Phantom, Doctor Who? Alex Ogle, there was a parody of the Doctor Who actors with Peter Davidson and Colin Baker complaining about not being in the latest stuff. They even managed to get material of Sylvester McCoy in The Hobbit. John Adams, Star Trek Lower Decks has started putting out episodes for season 5. I haven't watched them yet. Ardent, I started Strange New Worlds the other day. It's not bad, but still woke. If it weren't for Anson Mount, I wouldn't have bothered. Then I discovered Rebecca Rogermain is still hot. Yes, she is. And her husband is now, what's his face? Jerry O'Connell. Alex Ogle, the joke was inviting Barrowman to join in, but he couldn't because of his wife and kids. Please keep this quiet. Oh, wait, he has wife and kids? So he has a beard and he's gay? I don't know what's going on. Director of cinematography at Lucasfilms, Joel Aaron, attacks Donald Trump and his supporters. Go F yourself. Go F yourself, cinematographer. Don't care about you. So lots going on this day. But the biggest meltdown, I think, this week was probably this guy, David Mack. Now, don't confuse him with David Mack, the comic creator he is a different David Mack. He's an author who writes the certain Star Trek novels, or he used to. And so he's now mad at the left, but because he's not like a Trump guy or anything, my understanding from the article is he's mad at the left because he's calling them out for their racism, like it's another left eating itself kind of thing, something like that. But I just find it very funny, like these guys just can't stop talking about things. Like, at some point, you think you just go, you know what? I got to write a Star Trek book this week. I got a deadline. My kids are complaining. I'm just going to get off the internet for a while. I got stuff to do. You know? Excuse me. I don't know why these guys get involved. I really don't. So, the only guy who wrote Star Trek novels that I knew of would be Peter David. And his were okay. I read one of them. Alex Ogle, if Hollywood had any sense, they'd go through and fire everyone who insults the audience. However, there's still too much money sloshing around to properly punish the mentally ill amongst their ranks. Yeah, or you would punish them financially, or you just put it in their contract. You just put it in their contract. And there are already contract clauses and contract behavioral clauses. You could just add to them and say, we don't want you online, arguing with fans. Now, I think people should be able to say what they want, but I also think that if you enter in an agreement with as an actor or whatever, and you're working on a movie, the understanding in the past was you don't badmouth the movie, at least until it's been in theaters, it's been on video, it's been on DVD, and then maybe 10 years later you could tell stories if you want, but while the movie's coming out, it's a product that they're trying to make money on, and you're not going to do any. Joan, what are you doing over there? Excuse me. But as long as the product is viable, you're not supposed to make fun of it, basically. 10 years later, yeah, you could say things. Who cares? Within within range, I guess. Alex Ogle, if Hollywood had any sense, they'd go through. Oh no, I read that one. Indie Phantom, Mark Hamill still melts better than Velveeta. Yeah, like, I don't get him at all. He probably just doesn't care at this point. He's probably got so much money. But, I don't understand. You have so much money you don't care, and yet you keep working to make more money. To what exactly? Like, how much longer is Mark Hamill even going to live? Like, maybe just shut up, or maybe just said, I'm retired, I don't care. Like, Jack Nicholson is basically retired. Like, if he came out and said a bunch of stuff, I'd be like, well, that dude's retired. He doesn't give an F. He's got his money. But even then, it's like, Jack Nicholson doesn't say anything. You know why? Because he doesn't give an F. He's just, I don't know, he's just sitting in his chair somewhere, getting fatter and getting drunk, and he didn't give an F. Kite, the Star Wars memes have been great. Ardent, LOL, spent a significant amount of time last week asking if anyone had checked on Mark Hamill, Robert De Niro, and Bono lately. It's true. Alex, at Ardent, Rebecca Regemain appears to be aging quite well. However, one gets the impression there's a cliff edge approaching. Indie Phantom, think Eddie Murphy waited a couple of years before bashing Best Defense. I don't even remember that movie. Ardent at Alex Ogle, I'd risk it. Hold on one sec. Joan, are you okay? Come here, babe. Come here. Come on, come sit with me. Come sit with me or go get a drink, Joan. She's choking back here. I don't know if you can hear her. She's like, Speaking of which, I may have to get a drink. Going to the Hollywood Reporter, there's Wicked. See, you could easily make a porno version of this. The two main characters, two hot chicks, one in the green makeup. Although the funny part would be they start messing around and then, the other girl gets up and she's got green makeup on her face. That would be hilarious. That would just be freaking hilarious. Ardent, does she need a drink? Joan, I mean. Hairball. I don't know what. She won't drink. Joan, you have water. I think she's mad because we won't go on a WALK because I got to do the stream. And Joan, stop choking. Come here. She won't listen. Here, Joan, I'll give you a treat if you come here. Here you go. You got to come here, though. All right. See, watch. I'll give her a treat, and then she'll be fine. All right. Give Joan a little treat. These are called Bits of Love. And I got to break them up because they're kind of hard. Here you go, Joan. All right? I know. They're delicious. You love these. I don't know why. They look so dry and terrible. Alex, Joan is choking because she needs more pineapple on her pizza. You shut your mouth. Ardent, or she may just be demanding attention. Ardent, that's it then. She wants outside. Kite, she is such a cutie. Yes, she is. Yeah, now she's fine. Gave her that treat. Now she's happy as a clam for the next 40 seconds, I guess. What else is going on here? Pardon me. Michael Avenatti, Stormy Daniels' former lawyer, high-fives Trump from prison. This guy, I mean, him and Michael Cohen, to me, they're just so pathetic. Like, can you guys just stop making public statements? Are you making money on these public statements? Or are you just so desperate for any kind of attention at this point? I mean, God, pick a lane. Do you hate Trump? You love Trump? Like, he's not going to pardon you, Avenatti. He's never going to pardon you. He doesn't care about you. What are you trying to achieve? I don't get it. Oh, boy. All right. Nothing really going on in the Hollywood Reporter. Let's see. Bounding into comics. New film will expand the universe of David Cronenberg's The Fly. Okay. Won't be a remake. All right. I'm not sure what that means. Kind of weird movie. Who the hell remembers The Fly at this point? It's a pretty old movie, although I just mentioned it today. Excuse me one sec. Yeah, sorry, John. I'm having all sorts of problems today. Nose is running for some reason. Oh, this was sad. Candyman had died this week. That's Tony Todd. John Adams, lawyer mentality. Yeah, I'm desperate to me. Yeah, Tony Todd, I interviewed him on my old TV show, The Comic Book Show. He was a really nice guy. Super broke up about Brandon Lee. And just a really nice guy. He was nice enough to give me an interview and talked a little bit about his career and stuff. And I did a show called The Comic Book Show back in the 90s. And we had a segment on the show called Celebrity Corner. So we would ask a famous celebrity. And occasionally we interviewed them for the show for various reasons. But we would ask them what their favorite comic book was. I forget what his was. But he was a nice guy. Agatha All Along creator responds to speculation that Death is the father of Agatha's son. Fans and viewers are picking up on our brainwaves. Doesn't that sound like a great show? You couldn't pay me to watch Agatha All Along, and I am a huge fan of Catherine Hahn, who's actually very funny, but this is a very wrong role for her. And even Aubrey Plaza, who, I mean, she probably couldn't turn down being a witch and something, but God, what a cluster F this show looks like. Warner Brothers can't make money on video games for some reason. I mean, it's just one one L after another in the comic book and universe and Warner Brothers and Disney, it seems. Over at Deadline. Oh, here's an interesting headline. Cast, this is the SNL cast, bends the knee and flips the bird over Trump win. Bill Burr monologue. Oh, now they're turning on the SNL cast. That should be interesting. Ain't gonna help you, SNL. I don't think Trump's going on your show anytime soon again. It's really nothing here. Really nothing going on in Hollywood. Just like the box office. What else? Actress director Justine Bateman trolls Kamala voters, melting down online. So, base Justine Bateman. If you don't remember her, she was in Family Ties. Here's Venom doing well. And again, there's nothing going on. Cosmic book nudes. Here's some more meltdowns. I guess we could look at this real quick from the celebrities. Thunderbolts showing off footage. Oh, Mark Waid. He had a meltdown. He had a huge meltdown. They were actually talking about this at the show today. Also, Captain Marvel writer, what's her face? Kelly Sue DeConnick had a meltdown too, but I don't think anybody cares about her. But Mark Waid, they kind of know, because Kingdom Come. He's not a bad writer, but apparently the scuttlebutt today at the show was, oh yeah, somebody told me, Wade's got a real anger problem. He got banned by DC once and had to go to anger management. Like, I interviewed him back in the day. Again, early 90s this would have been. He just seemed like some quiet, geeky guy who worked in comics. Didn't think much of him at all. You know, he seemed like a nice enough guy, but apparently he's a boiling cauldron of rage underneath. Who knew? I didn't see any signs of it back then. So let me see if I can find the post. Here's one of his posts. Even by if some miracle this turns around, I don't believe in the basic goodness of my fellow Americans anymore. And without this, I cannot write superheroes. See how important Mark Waid is, everybody? There's no point. And when you see a decline in the quality of my work soon, you'll be able to trace it back to this night. Imagine posting that. The arrogance. It's just dripping with arrogance, in my view. Alex Ogle. I was looking out for the text film to see at the cinema. I haven't been in ages and would like to go. I can't find anything. I was thinking about Gladiator 2 when it comes out in a fortnight. Any other suggestions? The next film. There's nothing out. I mean, Honora looks interesting, but it's a romance movie. Like, I might take my girlfriend to go see that if she's up for a movie and there's like nothing else out. I would take that to score some points. Say, oh honey, because I think it actually will be pretty watchable. But I don't know. Let's look at the coming attractions. Let me see if I can find it on the IMDb. Coming soon, IMDb. There's a listing for it. I can never find upcoming releases. Here we go. Family Man. I don't know that. I mean, I don't know how quickly you want to see something. Red One looks like a comedy movie about Santa Claus. Meh. I mean, Gladiator 2, it might be okay. I kind of doubt it. Armor with Sylvester Stallone as the bad guy, ironically, might be fun. Mona 2, if you like that, I wouldn't. September 5th looks kind of dull. Space Dog, DOGG, no. Night Bitch looks boring and stupid and woke. Werewolves, maybe. It kind of looks like The Howling, but I didn't like the cut of the trailer. Yeah, none of these. There's a Lord of the Rings thing coming out. I don't think that'll be good. Craven the Hunter looks terrible. The Count of Monte Cristo, maybe. I mean, it is a classic. Sonic the Hedgehog 3. That so far on December 20th, that's probably your best bet because the Sonic the Hedgehog movies have been solid. I've heard. Nosferatu, maybe. It's based on Stephen King's son's book, I think. So, yeah, that's about it. I mean, nothing's really coming out. Nothing new, anyway. I'm not saying it here. Indie Phantom, how did comics derail so hard? Phew. How much time you got? I mean, this is only going to be a 3-hour stream at tops. First step was the prices went up too high, too fast for too little entertainment. Then the quality of the writing plummeted. And continues to plummet. And I didn't think it could go lower, but then we entered the woke era, and it got even lower. But what saved comics for a long time was they were still relatively cheap. They were still too expensive when they were even at $3, but they kind of stagnated at that price for a little while, and once in a while something decent would come out. Now they're way too expensive. They're like all $5 a pop for the regular issues. Most of the regular issues are $5. You can have it. I'd rather have that hamburger than a comic book now. They are unreadable, 90% of them. The continuity's thrown out the window. That was a big factor too. The paper quality's through the roof, but nobody cares about that. So you have these old comics that were on the cheapest paper imaginable, and they're slowly disintegrating, which is why everybody's sealing them in argon and special slated things. And then you have the brand new comics that nobody wants, and they're worthless. They're utterly worthless. You could slate all the new comics you want. You might as well throw them right in the trash. You're wasting your money. So you would need, and again, I outlined my plan at the comic book show because somebody was talking to me. I would, whether it was Marvel and DC, I'd do basically the same thing. I would walk in, and I would say, okay, am I in charge? And if I'm in charge, I get to do basically anything I want to turn the division around. And the first thing I would do is I would shut down operations and fire everybody. I would say, we're not going to publish for like a year at least. And during that time, there'd be a bunch of stuff that would still come out. Maybe I'd have to keep a skeleton crew to let a few odds and ends come out in the merch and all that. We'd still like have our, hand in it and reprints, but I would be rebuilding the team from the ground up for the new comics. There'd be no new comics for at least a year. I would hit a hard reset, and I would bring in first editors, the most based editors imaginable, all hired based on merit. There wouldn't be a single DEI hire. None of it. I would be like, I cannot fix your company if I have to go to DEI rules. I don't want any DEI rules. And I would hire editors based on their skill, and I would say, what we need are writers who bring in the readers, who write action adventure stuff that's fun and crazy. But that's not enough. You can't just go back to $5 a comic and expect to make money. So the next step would be to redesign how the comics are published. Now, some of the comics, they're contractually obligated to put out something every single month, or they have to pay all this money, or they lose an IP or whatever. So some of the things might even straggle on through this process. But what I would eventually do is segue into a situation in which I would take all the Superman comics and I'd put them under one book and put it out monthly and call it, like, I don't know, Superman Monthly. And that would just be nothing but Superman related books. So it'd be like probably 3 stories with Superman, maybe one with Superboy or Supergirl, and then another one with like the Guardian or the Newsboy Legion or whatever. Whatever that. You could even throw in a classic Superman story to save yourself some money. And then I would sell a 100-page anthology of Superman stories like that for $5. $4.99 for 100 pages. Now, it would be the same price as the previous comic, except now you're getting 100 pages. Now you're getting a nice thick book. Something you could sit down and read and spend an hour or two reading about Superman. And I would want, little sort of tchotchke things like, here's Superman's, what's in Superman's utility belt and crap like that. And you would hard relaunch Superman, the continuity, and you'd keep the continuity. So you'd keep the continuity consistent. Lois does not know who he is. They're not married. They're never going to get married while I'm there. And that's the way the dynamic has always worked. That's the way it should work. Be classic Superman. And you do the same thing with Batman. You put all the Batman titles under one roof. Maybe you have 2 Batman monthly titles because he's so popular. Then you take like Justice League. You put them all under one roof. And you put like Wonder Woman, Aquaman and Flash. You put them all under one roof. Now you got 4 titles. You got Superman, Batman, Justice League, and then I don't know, whatever other DC characters. And you just Teen Titans, that could be a book, right? So you have 4 titles at least. You probably want to go to at least 8. And you relaunch the books and you do anthology stories, 100 pages for $5 would be the goal. And you make it so appealing that comic book fans go nuts, right? You'd go nuts for that. Even if some of the stories were reprinted, which I would slip in there at least initially to save some money, you'd be cool with it. You'd be like, oh, now I'm getting a value for my $5. And you'd be buying them all. And then the idea would be to build up the readership again. You do that for about 2 or 3 years, and you slowly start adding books. You start doing specials and crossovers and whatever. And eventually, you build the readership back up to millions. Millions. You could do that and make millions of dollars because you'd have millions of subscribers. But right now, you can't do that. They won't do it. They won't get rid of the DEI. They don't care, in my view, about the comic division at all. They only care about the movies. They're perfectly happy to let it struggle, to let the wokest of idiots ruin the stories and the characters all day long. They don't care. Nobody cares about the comic division. You need a guy in it that would actually care about it and build up the characters again. I would also put a 2-year moratorium or old villains. I would say no more Joker, no more Penguin, no more Lex Luthor, all new guys. You just got to come up with new guys. I don't care where they come from, as long as they're new and they have different names and crazy costumes and themes and whatever. Just keep coming up with new stuff. And that would be the credos. That would be, I would just be like, all right, you're just going to crank this stuff out. And then you get back in a pattern. Once you got like 8 titles up and running, these anthologies, and you bring up, hopefully, all the readership, you start making some money, and then you start adding titles from there. John Adams, difficult to see a decline in work for modern comics. Indie Phantom, who are the bosses at DC that let this S fly? It's not totally their fault because they are corporate. The word I heard from a guy who worked at DC is the lawyers run the company. And if the lawyers don't want to do it, you can't do it. They just tell you no. And there's nothing you can do. You just hit a wall and that's it. So they don't want to fill out, I've been told, paperwork for trademarks, new trademarks. So they're forced to recycle all the characters constantly. And that's what they try to do. But you can only put lipstick on a pig so long. I would have to be in charge, not the lawyers. But the lawyers should be working for the company, not the other way around. If lawyers run it, well, then it'll be run like a law firm. It'll be boring. Um, Ardent. Space Dog, is that a prequel to Jupiter Ascending with Channing Tatum? I don't think so. It's got two G's in it though. John Adams, back issues of Batman are $4 at $4 last I got some. The ones I see are $4.99, but I don't really look that close, so maybe there's some are still $3.99, but they're only the standard comic book story is about 22 pages. That's really short. It wasn't worth $3 to me. It's definitely not worth 4 or 5. I mean, you can barely tell a story. You need comics that are longer than that, in my view. John Adams. There is a manga called Bakuman that is about two teenagers that try to be manga creators. It goes into the manga publishing business a bit, which seemed very cutthroat. I'm sure it is. There's a lot of money in manga. Indie Phantom, I think James Gunn's Superman is going to tank. The tea leaves are speaking. Yeah, I don't see it doing well. It might do okay if it's wholesome. If it's super wholesome, it might do okay. Because it might be a breath of fresh air, even though it's very derivative and it's the same kind of thing. James Gunn's writing skills are pretty decent. He can make it fun and funny, and everybody might rave about it, and it might do okay. I'm kind of rooting for it, but I'm not going to hold my breath. Ardent. Batman ×2, Wonder Woman, Superman, Green Lantern Corps anthology, John Constantine, Justice League Dark, for horror context, 8 books equals 8 books. No Shazam family, screw it. Batman gets 1 book. I mean, you'd play with it, you know? You could play around with it. Batman would appear in the other books, though. So would Superman. You would prop up the other books using them. They would be, essentially, Batman and Superman would be in all the books because they're popular. I'd be like, oh, you need Superman to appear in your book story? Yeah, go ahead. I don't care. As long as there's continuity there. So, yeah. Batman would be popping up everywhere because people would use Batman as a crutch at first to just get people to read it. Ardent, I miss when there were limited series. Yeah, I mean... Oh, the other thing I would tell you, too, is every story has to end. No part 1, part 2, part 3, part 17. Every story has to have a beginning, middle, and end for at least the first 2 years. All the stories will be self-contained for the first 2 years. They could tie in other stories. You could do a story and then do another story with the same villain or whatever. But it's going to be stories that end. You're going to have cliffhangers that segue into another story, but the stories must end. And I would go back to the cliffhanger formatting and that kind of stuff. So, let's see. Ardent counted as 2 Batman titles, Wonder Woman, 2 Batman titles, Wonder Woman, Superman, Green Lantern Corps. See, Green Lanterns I don't think can support their own book. I would combine Green Lantern with, like, Justice League. Or I would have maybe a space superhero comic. So, you could have, some of the alien characters. I'm trying to think what else is in DC, but I can't think of anything off the top of my head. Like Darkseid and those guys. You could throw them in the mix once in a while. Big Barda and what's his face? Justice League Dark for horror. I mean, that to me would be Constantine. Like Constantine and Justice League Dark should be together. He should be one story in Justice League Dark. Shazam family. You could do what I would call a wholesome monthly book, and that would be Shazam, like all the real kid characters. Shazam, Crypto, the super dog, the Newsboy Legion and stuff like that. Storebang is here. It's my birthday. I've had Tree Martinos. Martinis. Wish me a happy birthday, damn it. Happy birthday, Storebang. Welcome. Ardent, Tales from Space, Adam Strain, Martian Manhunter, New Gods. Yeah. Yeah, you could throw the Green Lantern Corps in that mix. They should be in that mix. Ardent, yeah, J Dark could absorb Constantine, agreed. Indie Phantom, self-contained is what we need more in television too. Yes. Yes. Ardent, LOL, I haven't thought of the Newsboy Legion in forevers. Yeah, they're not very relevant, but you could throw them into a story. I would also make the Newsboy Legion, I would put them back in the 40s where they belong, and then maybe have a new version of the Newsboy Legion if you really thought it was viable. But Storebang, thanks, bro. Ardent, screw you, at Storebang. Take my happy birthday and be damned. Don't damn him on his birthday. But let's get back to the real fun on Twitter. Let's see if we got any more meltdowns. That'll be fun. Well, there's Will Farrell, but he's not having a meltdown in that. That's a meme, but he did some stuff this election I think he regrets. Happy B-Day, says Indie Phantom. Let's see. Oh, here's the continuing hell that is Arizona. Oh, here we go. So, girl shaving her head. Let's see if she shaves it all the way. John Adams, the crystal memes were fun. And this, who is this? Her boyfriend giving her a haircut? If you already have a boyfriend, like, it doesn't exactly work, I guess. But sure, I guess you'll be denying him sex, or are you already doing that? Will you be denying your boyfriend and your boyfriend's boyfriend sex? I don't know. What's going on here? Okay, she sure showed us. Okay, no one cares. Like, you do this to yourself thinking you're owning MAGA chuds. It just is insane. Storebang at Ardent, consider me screwed. What is this? I found a tiny plant growing out of my hand. Oh my god. What the actual F do I do? Go see a doctor, I would say, and wash your hands once in a while. Kite, nah, that's her girlfriend. No man wears a bun. Alright. Oh, watch this. This dude in a Lamborghini gets followed home, and he comes out. He runs inside. Two guys are trying to rob him. He runs inside and comes out with a gun. I think he's in a MAGA hat too. I don't know if this is real though. These guys are like way too slow to be robbers. But he comes out. Is that a rocket or is that a gun? I guess that's an AR-15 or something. They forgot the eyebrows. All right. Here's Maple MAGA is coming. Guys, Maple MAGA. There you go. From James Lindsay. Ardent, a plant. That's very strange. Yeah, I mean, if you got plants growing out of your body, you need to go to a doctor. I'm no surgeon, and I'm no doctor, but I've met doctors, and I would say that's crazy. Ardent looks like a rocket launcher. RPG, I mean. Yeah, it did, but I don't think it could be that. It might be fake. So much of this is fake. But what do you think of Maple MAGA? I think that's pretty cool. You guys should do that. Maple MAGA. I guess you can't call it MAGA, though, because the first day stands for America, so you'd have to call it Make Canada Great Again. I don't know what you'd call it. Alberta. I guess you could substitute the A for Alberta. Let's see. Any more meltdowns today? Oh, there's Robert De Niro. Oh, here we go. Here's one. I think. Oh, that's Melanie Mack playing a joke. No, she's MAGA. Ardent, you may have sat around too long in one place if you're sprouting. Bad potato. Kite. In Canada, MAGA means make a-holes like Trudeau grovel again. Ooh, that's a good anagram. Ardent. I'm not a fan of the term makeable MAGA. I prefer make Trudeau unemployed again. That's pretty good. This, by the way, this map of New Jersey, for those of you who I didn't tell, New Jersey came pretty close to turning red. Not super close. It wasn't even going to be disputed or anything. But normally the Dems win New Jersey by a good, 14%. This time the Dems only won by a little over 5, which was a big jump. They lost about 10% of their base in New Jersey, and the hope is we're going to get a MAGA governor in 2025, because that's when our governor election comes up. Kite. Scary close compared to previous years. The election wasn't close. It looked close. The media said it was close, but it wasn't close. But New Jersey is now in swing states territory, so that's very exciting. Oh, here we go. Getting my tubes tied 2 days after Trump was elected because the government can't take away my choice. Storebang. F yes, South Jersey. So, this woman got her tubes tied and sterilized herself. I mean, is it reversible? I know it's reversible for men. I don't think it's reversible for women. That's so effed up, isn't it? I sterilized myself. I showed them. It's like, okay, so no one cares. You put it on the internet. Now what? Let's see. Oh, this is another funny thing. The NATO Secretary General Mark Rutte says that if Trump surrenders Ukraine to Putin, he'll personally expel the United States from the NATO alliance. So imagine, Trump wants to get out of NATO and stop paying it, and then NATO comes along and says, we'll show you, we're kicking you out. Oh, so we don't have to pay you. Yeah, well, yeah, but you're out. Oh, okay. So you guys will just fight on your own then. That's never going to happen, by the way. Not in a million years. Kite. Yeah, that's what I meant, Tony. Compared to the previous elections where Jersey is blue, it's going to almost to a purple is a close one compared to previous years. Yes. Yeah, we're now a purple state. We kind of were back in the day, but ardent. Dying childless and alone to own the chuds. Yeah. Yeah, I'm sure in 10 years she won't regret what she's done. John Adams. You can't fire me, I quit. Ardent, if the U.S. is out, NATO will collapse. Good. Yeah, there's no way they could do it. That is such an empty threat. I don't even think they could exist without us. We pay all the money. European guys always shortchange them. Oh, I hit the wrong thing. This is the ones I already did. Okay. Let's see. Yeah, not really saying. We already got these. Oh, there's a funny meme. Ah! I can't show you these memes. I went through these earlier. Some of them are a little spicy. Storebang. F NATO. Yeah, exactly. Cory Booker. My senator. Ugh. Connecticut's only conservative stronghold, the 29th Senate District. Look at that. So even in Connecticut, look at Massachusetts, though. It's 100% blue. Oof, that must be tough to be a conservative there. Kite, if Trump gives Ukraine to Putin, didn't Putin already back down in anticipation? Didn't Hamas say, no, bro, don't hurt us? Didn't Saudi say, get the F out if you're still Hamas? You'll get us messed up. Yeah, basically Trump's coming back and everybody's shitting their drawers. Sorry for my cursing, but Yeah, everybody's polluting their pantaloons over the Trump return. Ex-IDF soldier Daniel Norbert becomes the first Republican elected to a Long Island seat in more than 50 years. There you go. That's a MAGA headline. Uh, do, 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 do. Qatar said no mas Hamas. Yeah, I think it was Qatar. I didn't hear about the Saudis. New Los Angeles Police Department Chief Jim McDonald says police will not participate in mass deportations. This is another empty threat because Trump will take away their federal funding, or threaten to at least, and they'll fold like a house of cards. They'll make a lot of noise and then they'll do it because they'll have no choice. The higher ups will order them. JD Vance made a good statement warning them. I'm not surprised. He makes a lot of good statements, that guy. Kite, he doesn't have to give anyone but the finger. LOL, I guarantee the Democrats will take credit for this because they were still in office when the problems were, while these problems are panicking. Ardent, I also prefer the British pronunciation, Hamas. Hamas. After creating the first country album, Beyonce says she'll only perform in blue states in protest of the election results. Yeah, you won't. You won't. But you may cut back on your slate of shows because some of the red staters may not want to pay you money. People call for Ed Sheeran to be canceled after he's pictured drinking a pint with Johnny Depp. Hey, you know, Johnny's not that based, by the way. Johnny said something nasty about Trump. Here's a good headline. This is from Dave Smith, and Donald Trump Jr. retweeted it and agreed. The Stop Pompeo, that's Mike Pompeo movement, is great, but it's not enough. Right now, we need maximum pressure to keep all the neocons and warhawks out of the Trump admin. They have had their time at the table and brought nothing but disaster to the world in this country. I totally endorse that statement, and I hope that's the case. Ardent, no, ham, as in the pork product, ass, as in the donkey synonym. Ham ass. Ham ass. I don't think I'm saying it very British. Some of these I'm afraid to read. So if I'm skipping it over, I'm just looking for the meltdowns. Or a good meme. Aw, he's a cutie. Here's Occupy Democrats posting something. The only minority destroying America is the rich. I'm important. John Adams, Depp should probably stay away from the pints. Yeah, he's had a few too many. Although he got back in shape, so that's good. Ardent, that was perfect. Just a little more snooty. Us. Kite, only in the blue states, LOL. Isn't there like 8? I count all the little stuff near New York as one because heck them. I mean, Massachusetts would technically be the only blue state, probably Vermont, but even they got a few counties that are red. Kite. Sorry that New Jersey is included, LOL. Well, really it's just North Jersey. Although some of North Jersey voted red, by the way, because they have a huge Hispanic population in, I think, Passaic County. That's the darkest red in the state, all the way up north. I think that's the one. Here's Gavin Newsom being douchey. Always douchey. What's going on with Trump here? I am being told... Is this a joke? Hold on. Nah, I'm not even going to read that one. That looks fake. Might be fake. Let's see. Man, there were more meltdowns the other day, but I guess people finally got sick of it. People finally got sick of all the meltdowns and the memes. It's already starting to die off. I'm waiting for these celebrities to start posting. There's Stephen Baldwin. I'm not sure what he's posting there. What is this? I don't even know what that is. Afraid to play some of these. Some of these people are totally psychotic. Ooh, wait. Let's end on this. First ever Thanksgiving pizza. Oh, we'll take a look at this. Kite. It was basically a small belt from Trenton to Newark that went blue. Ardent. What the F did the vicar do? You better look that up yourself. Storebang. Booyah. All right, let's see. This is a... Oh, can't play the song. This is a Thanksgiving Day pie. Ooh, he's got gravy. Wow, I don't know. I'm already shaky on this, but okay. We'll see it through. Okay, he's putting the apple sausage stuffing. Ooh, that sounds good. That looks good. Ooh, let's get this open here. So he's got turkey stuffing and cranberry sauce. Oh, I don't know about the cranberry sauce for me. I don't like cranberry sauce. Okay, if you just do a little, I could probably take it. It's a little too sweet. Oh, and then he's putting cheese, it looks like. I would eat this. Thanksgiving Day pizza. It does look good. But how can you not like pizza in any form? How can you not like pizza? You'll notice, no pineapple. No pineapple, sir. John Adams, the Lotus Eaters did a premium show on Friday going through their favorite meltdowns and memes. Ooh, I might have to go back and watch that. Kite, what I love most is that Cali map is half red, even if most live in the cities. Yeah, I would love to see them break up California. I think it has to happen. California's too big. It's managed so poorly. If they just broke it up, even the blue sections would be managed better. Ardent, no. Is that going to be a turkey and dressing on pizza? No, apple sausage and gravy. Shoot me. It's still a better choice than pineapple. Sorry, we call it dressing. You guys call it stuffing. It looks good to me. Plus with the cheese. Cali was geographically mostly red. Well, yeah. Yeah, it was. What is this? Oh, it's like a fake thing. It's like, okay. Oh, here's the real GDP per capita. And there is Canada and the United States. Huh, interesting. U.S. keeps going up. Somehow our economy is so damn resilient. God, I love capitalism. Oh, here's a good one. I'm sorry. I may not be able to play it because of the music, but we'll see. No. This was the best one. I can't play it all, but it's really funny. Ardent, LOL Trudeau, the Bellin curve. Yeah, like he does like, this woman's just screaming in her car like a maniac. She's all over. She would definitely went viral. It's hard to go viral these days, but man, she definitely went viral. Ew, how lunch is served for a large gathering in Afghanistan. Is that on a rug? It doesn't seem very hygienic. Alex Ogle, all pizza silently screaming for pineapple on it. Italians are like the abusive partners keeping it quiet. How dare you, sir? I'll have turkey on every one of my pizzas before I ever give you that pineapple pizza. Holy crap. Oh my God, do we want to see this? It's a guy allowing... This is a ballistic hand. This is not a real hand. Being bitten by a turtle. So, oh boy, bites that finger bites those fingers right off. Right off. Not a problem at all. I hope he doesn't eat them, though. That's probably not a good thing to eat for the little guy. Oh, here we go. Is this a meltdown? Doesn't seem like a meltdown. The pizza belt. The area of the United States where the chance of obtaining an adequate to good slice of pizza from a randomly chosen pizzeria is greater than 50%. That's mostly accurate. Yeah. That's mostly accurate, I would say. You might want to go a little further south. It goes pretty far south. But yeah. A lot of pizza stuff in the stream tonight. Ardent. That's a leatherback turtle. Saw one in the late 80s in Newfoundland. Very unusual. Kite. Oh, Tony, do you have a favorite short story from book 16? I'm going to be picking up the paperback later. Well, the favorite one, I do really like the Christmas one. The Piney that saved Christmas. So I guess it would be that. Kite, since you said one short story, I would do the Christmas one. That would be my choice. It's pretty self-contained, and it kind of really encapsulates the Pineys, I think. So, Kite is going to read one of my short stories on his Twitter. Not his Twitter, his Twitch thing. So. Oh my God. This is the one to end on. Democrat Eric Swalwell on why Democrats lost. We're just too nice and too modest. There you go, everybody. That's it. Kite. Oh, it'd be perfect during the holiday season then. Yeah. Yeah, I think that'd be fun. Ardent. Cool. Yeah. Yeah, it's a fun one. And I wrote that one first, actually, because I was trying to do a story for Iron Age magazine, and that was the story I submitted, and it was a little shorter because it had to be, I forget what the limit was on the words. It was a little too long. I had to cut it back. But then for the book, I just went back and rewrote it the way it was. Kite, I'm thinking crackling fire background noise with jingle bells. That sounds nice. Ardent at Kite, what's your Twitch channel? Pimp your Twitch channel, Kite, so everybody can see it, because we're about to wrap. So put up the link. Can he put up the link? Yeah, you're an admin. You can put up the link. So put up the link, and final thoughts on what we learned today. What did we learn? Boy, the comic books and the movies are just in the toilet. They need someone to come in like Trump and reinvent them. I have an idea about reinventing the movies, which I talked about with the Pineys, and I think it can work. But it requires money, it requires backing, and right now that's not on the table. Oh, good, he was able to post it. Ardent has posted his Rumble channel, if you want to check that out. Kite, there is his channel, or her channel. Oh, wait, I forget. Is it him or her? I forget. Just be aware not to use my name there. I try to keep it separate from my name. Oh, okay. Oh, okay. Nobody say Kite's name on the Twitch. John Adams, learn how to save Western comics. Yes. Hire me. Because I will fire everybody. Oh, that'll be the funnest part. Oh, can you imagine firing Kelly Sue DeConnick? The woman who, she famously said, if you don't like my politics, don't read my comics. Or something like that. Oh, it'd be great. Great to fire out all those people. Everybody who has like pink hair, just fire them. Just fire him. Oh, what am I going to do for money? That's not our problem. We're a comic book company. We're not in the business of supporting a bunch of ideologues. We're supporting a bunch of talent, and we don't like your talent. Ardent, tonight we learned that Jack Black can't make good career decisions anymore. Yeah. Well, at a certain level, they're just picking I think that he's just picking the projects that they're just pouring money into. I bet they poured money into that damn movie. Why? Some of it is probably the influence of the Chinese trying to destroy Hollywood. Some of it is just the nepotism at the top. Some of it is just left-wing idiots doing left-wing stuff. I mean, look at what Seth Rogen, and I was reminded of this in the comments, I think, of that trailer analysis. Somebody mentioned Santa Inc. They couldn't remember the name, but that's what they were talking about. Yeah, I mean, they did Santa Inc., which was very offensive to people who like Christmas, and it just felt wrong. It wasn't fun. Like, look, I've sent up people, but in comedy you have to pick your targets, and it has to be a worthy target. Now, if I pick on a guy who's homeless and he's limping and he's walking across the street and he drops somebody gives him a dollar bill and he drops it and the wind blows it away and it goes into a sewer, like, you can't make fun of a guy like that simply because, and it might be funny, it might be a funny moment, but it's actually kind of sad because he's actually homeless and freezing, and it's his last dollar he just dropped. Like, in a movie it would be fine because he'd just be a character, but like in real life you can't make fun of a guy like that. Eric Swalwell is rich. He's slept with a Chinese spy. He's a congressman. He has power. There's nothing you can't make fun of Eric Swalwell for. Nothing. Nothing's off limits for a guy like him. He's a perfect target. He's arrogant. He's stupid. He probably committed treason. I mean, have at it. Have at it verbally, of course. Nothing illegal. But, where I haven't heard a peep out of anyone on shows like Saturday Night Live, stand-up, the big supposedly comedians of the day. Where is the criticism for a guy like this? They don't want to do it because they're trying to ignore him. They're trying to salvage him and salvage his reputation. And that's what they're doing for every single Democrat. And the exact opposite for the Republicans. They're partisans, and they've used their skills for partisan reasons. I want nothing to do with that entertainment. It's not funny. Or it's meh. It's meh funny. So, screw them. Let them all go out of business. Let them all go out of business. And they will learn the hard way not to do this. And that's the only way you can make it work. Like, finally, if Disney collapses under its own weight, people will be like, oh, F. We in the movie industry don't do that stuff anymore. The next time somebody comes up to a movie studio and says, hey, we got a candidate and we want you to do this movie and make Republicans or Democrats look good. That studio go, no, we don't do that. We don't want to end up like Disney. We're not taking your side. We're going to be neutral now. They'll probably do the opposite for a few years. They'll probably either go all hard right for a while, or they'll try to be so neutral they won't do any politics. But that would be better than what they're doing now. At least for a while. Ardent at Kite, no worries. Kite, I'll probably start the book in December. I'll give you all notifications here when I do. Oh, good. Ardent at Kite, I believe I have an Ardent Party channel on Twitch, but if not, I'm the Marian Gotang over there. Alter Ego, Intelligent Ape, bet on world domination, Ultra Humanite style. Kite, gave the Rumble a follow, Ardent. There you go. Ardent at Kite Grazi. All right. And then that's it for me. Tony D and Little Joan. Oh, Little Joan's still in her seat. Good. Good job, John. You finally settled down. I got to go take care of Little Joan. I need another drink. Ardent Mering Tang. What's coming up for me? Tomorrow, I'll be at the Pine Shores Art Association at 3 p.m. for my talk on how to hunt the Jersey Devil. Wednesday, where the hell am I going? I'm going a bunch of places this week. It's a busy week. The 13th, that's Wednesday, I'm going to the Golden Nugget in Berlin, New Jersey at 7 p.m. for my talk on how to hunt the Jersey Devil. Ardent, and Sydney Sweeney is an acceptable substitute until Rebecca Rogemain realizes she loves me. LOL later. Thursday, I will be at the Women's Club of Medford, New Jersey at 7:30 for How to Hunt the Jersey Devil. Then on Saturday, I believe I jumped to Saturday. Yeah. Saturday, I'm doing the 4th annual Indie Author Day at the Bridgeton Public Library in Bridgeton, New Jersey, 12 to 3. And then on Sunday, I'm going to the Groovy Graveyard. Yeah, at Asbury Park, New Jersey. It's very hipster. So that's going to be fun. And then I'm out of commission for a while until the end of the month. So that's going to be my bread and butter next week. So wish me luck on that. Kite, gimme Aubrey Plaza. I can fix her. I say with a whole heap of copium. LOL. Yeah, exactly. Exactly. I don't think Aubrey is that crazy. I think she just plays a crazy chick. I think she likes to play a crazy chick. And she's very good at it. But I wish they would give her better roles. I was sort of rooting for her, but she would be a good witch in the Pineys. I could see her being Professor Witch from Book 2, introduced in Book 2. Storebang, I'm only on Book 2 of the Pineys. I don't read much, but I'm looking forward to number 5. Oh, awesome. Awesome. I hope you enjoy it. Ardent, I can fix Alyssa Milana. I know it. No, that you can't fix her. She is unfixable. Kite, she was happy when told people said Agatha was the gayest Marvel yet. Yeah, I know, but I like to think she did that because it was like, oh, it's a career thing. I got to say that. She's just playing the game. Maybe, maybe not. Kite, so maybe the crazy runs deep. LOL. Yeah, it might. It might. She's in her 40s now, Aubrey. She's holding up pretty good. But tick-tock, Aubrey. Tick-tock. Yeah, I think her super hot days are behind her, but she's still looking pretty good. And she's trying to do some stuff. Kite, haha, we need to fix Alyssa Mercante. Oh my God. Then ditch her out of spite. LOL. Ardent, LOL, I'll start small. What's Rose McGowan up to? I don't know. She already shaved her head. Kite, someone infecting gamer stuff. No, I know that name, Alyssa Mercante. I've been following that. She just got fired, I think, from Kotaku. So, yeah, not a good time for her. Oh, I got to put the book 16 of the Pineys on my site. All right, I got to wrap up. Thanks for tuning in, everybody. We'll see you in the next one. Uh-oh. You're experiencing buffering. Storebang, Aubrey Plaza is mine. Now, you guys fight it out. I already got a hot chick. See you tomorrow. See you in the next one.